Do you want to be the best?
High ground no longer good enough. He's trying to make it to that jump pad, but just can't quite get there. Eva purchasing a Furnace Burn, which is nice, but the damage is so massive. Trying to get that mobility, and only Taz gets out of this one, man.
Titus has got out, he's got out, please. No, this guy!
Oh!
And Savage just need to time this well. No. Oh my god! Oh my god! He is the chosen one! He is the king!
Perhaps just hit your peak and then look back at it for the rest of your life. Or maybe you have someone to impress, something to prove. Today, I'll teach you how to get there. Today, I'll teach you about artificial skill. First off, we have to address the elephants in the room: talent and hard work. Some people's previous experiences, or lack thereof, make them more efficient at understanding where and how to put effort in whatever task they take on. Another part of talent resides in what makes one subtle. Does he do too little and lacks care for the important parts of the skill? Or does he perfectly understand when and where he should be good? When you're comparing yourself with someone who just gets it right the first time, you'll end up in an abyss of misunderstanding. Why do we play the same amount of games but he's just better than me? How do I fill this seemingly impossible gap? You just need to train harder. You need to be there more than him. You just need more time and work. Hard work. The other elephant in the room. Oh, you have no idea how much I hate these statements. You will not get better than anyone by mindlessly doing more of what you're doing. You'll just find out if you're statistically in the group of people who can understand how to fix mistakes and basically is by itself talented as well. It's time to talk about artificial skill. Artificial skill, by my definition, is a set of adjustments to a specific part of how you do something that you don't necessarily understand, but makes you better than others at the same level. Artificial skill is the promise of every coaching video about anything you've ever watched. The promise of every tip and trick, the ability to out-talent and outwork peers at your same skill level with the acquisition of some basic and quick to understand information. But then why? Why isn't every viewer of this video the best player in the game? Are the videos bad? Are the concepts just wrong and I'm wasting my time on YouTube or whatever other platform? There's a little bit more nuance to this. The problem is simple. Information is easy to access. How you use and apply this information is a completely different process. So here it is, the secret formula to acquire infinite artificial skill. Part by part imitation. Mechanization by iteration. Fearless learning. And perfect echo chambers. Have you ever sketched out something starting from a reference? A monster from a video game when you were a kid, or perhaps the face of someone you liked? If someone hasn't told you already, let me be the first. The result of your imitation was not bad or good. It was a new piece of art. Your translation between what you saw, imagined, visualized, and what your hands did was a new, unique image to the word. Not only that, the other good thing about imitating something is that you can decide both what your reference is and how close you want to go to it. My personal approach to the subject is the following. If you're clueless, copy everything. If you're not clueless, copy every single detail about everything. If you know what you want to learn, then just look for that specific piece. What I found out when I first started playing Paradox and I thought that I had completely figured out was that the more I watched Tas or Mikhail's play, the more I found small things I could do differently. The more I found the things that could have been done differently, the more I started looking for one small change at a time. My tip is to look for someone who is widely considered best at doing what you're looking to improve on, and find small things he does differently from you. It can be timings, how he manages HP, how aggressive he is, when he becomes aggressive, when he pushes, when does he fight and when does he flee, how does he move, which cooldowns does he use. The goal is to acquire the target's sense of importance and execution for your own gameplay. all while getting a visible goal for improvement so you don't get frustrated in the process. This is the first part to artificially incorporate someone else's talent into yours. While this first part is already enough for most people who are at or below the mean average of the skill level in a game to gain a noticeable improvement, the next ones are the de facto necessity for speeding up the process. Mechanization by iteration. The very simplest way of improving in a game is to play it more. To aim better, just focus on hitting your shots. To position better, just focus on your position. And if you were oblivious to the concept of you only learn one concept at a time, well, I guess you aren't anymore now. But this is not my focus. Actually, I am slightly against these concepts. The problem of iteration is that one can repeat the same set of mistakes over and over again or focus on the wrong problem. Instead, what I would like you to do is repeat new things. See how a player uses their movement and cooldown and repeat that. See how a player manages to get all the resources on a map in a specific time and repeat that. See how someone moves quicker than you imagined it and repeat that. See how someone aims so smoothly by reducing the tension on his aiming arm and repeat that. There is a technical necessity most games ask for. Blackjack card counting requires you to effortlessly count, bet, size and play while not slowing a game down or getting noticed. Deadlock wants you to be a good FPS player, a MOBA macro genius and an Apex movement pro all the time, while also challenging your mental resilience with the included visual novel called All Chat. What I ask you is to focus on something that you're not doing and try repeating that skill in live games as much as possible. If you don't know what the skill will be, just go back to the first section of the video. Some examples. If you watch Fargareko bump the wave to keep troopers shove while playing Ivy and try to learn to do the same thing on cooldown, you will understand the reason behind it. You will play the game with that in your mind and you will feel the difference. You can watch Das keep his bomb until the enemy is chasing ends his stamina or until his cooldowns come back up. Let's go back to the visual novel aspect of Deadlock and almost all online competitive games. When did you lose your fearlessness at doing plays because they would surely give you a loss, or maybe get you flamed, or not allow you to follow your surefire way of winning a game? The truth is harsh. If you're afraid of playing the game, you will not improve at the game. Learning requires making mistakes. And only people at your skill level can punish you for making those mistakes. Do you want to learn Yamato, but don't have the confidence to keep trying to win a fight below a Walker? Then you're not learning Yamato. I'm not suggesting you to ignore everything you know about a game and ruin your team's experience, but I'm trying to make you realize that you are at the limit between acquiring a higher level of mechanics and understanding, or not doing so. Why do the best players continue being good and you almost never see them being overthrown by someone new coming into a game? If we were to ignore the entirety of the video until now, there would be only one solution. Professionals are challenged by the best challengers, and they will either keep their spot or lose it. So the sum of survivor bias and the social pressure of having to perform on par with the other beasts at the top of the leaderboards will keep everyone who is on top there for a pretty long time. Let's go back to you. The same problem can apply in reverse. Playing with lower than best players lets you win in situations where you shouldn't, lets you create theories that don't work and game plans that are too specific. But this is not all, because the reality is that there is no perfect echo chamber. Every time you face the same opponents or play with the same teammates, reducing the chaos you're subjected to, whether you are better or worse, you can reduce the amount of game understanding you need to win and the amount of chaos you need to manage. Your luck is that the farther away you are from the top, the more diverse experience you can be subjected to during your growth. Go solo queue. Go play in unfriendly scenarios. Do it without the fear of losing and focus on acquiring small different ways of playing every time you do. At one point you will get in those huge perfect echo chambers, but I'll still want you to try different things out. Thank you for watching, You can come hang out sometimes on Twitch where we analyze and discuss gameplay, but don't quote me on my streaming schedule. So until the next time, have a good one.